Hey guys, new video here. Vaal Spark Mark 1. After stream last night, I put the guy together in a couple hours after buying all the gear. And I'm going to show you a T16 toxic sewer. Let's put some Beyond on it. Oops, misclick. It'll be really quick and dirty because this is like the first version. There's a lot of improvements, a lot of swaps you can do. I just want to show you this. So you get your first stack, and now if you look in the bottom right, just look at the amount of spoders. Okay, it's actually like kind of insane. And well, obviously when I get my soul eater like that, okay, see it's like lagging. You can't, I can't even control my character anymore. I can't move right now. Elder Strand though. 1 second, guys. Okay, so like you guys can't feel this, but it's an extreme amount of desync right now. And okay, so here's the boss. Wait, where's the boss? He's right there. That's 2 bosses, okay? And as you can see, it's pretty easy. T16, you can read the mods on the right side there. And the build is good. The reason I'm choosing to run instead of whirling blades is because with the amount of lag that the spoders, look at this, with the amount of lag that the spoders cause, it actually like hiccups the game in a huge way. Like, oh my god. And so I knew pretty quickly that you will not be able to whirling blades or shield charge. Well, you can. It just might cause you a little bit of annoyance, right? Everyone who's played Queen of the Forest knows that if you run around, it just feels so much better. Okay, that's the reason I just chose to run around. You can definitely shield charge whirling blades if you want, but I don't recommend it. Okay, maybe if you play on predictive, but then you have huge input lag and it's gonna hiccup anyways. It's gonna be bad. So I think Queen of the Forest is like the most fun way to run this. How does it work? Right, you saw I had 5 stacks of Vaal Spark going on there, and so basically if it's like a 30 soul cost, right, and then you have 5 uses, like kill 6 monsters, you get a full stack. It's kind of crazy. I have 4 stacks if I take out a Conqueror's potency, because this increases the effect of the flasks. This is the main thing. This is the main driver of the build right here, along with these 2 weapons. So if you look at these weapons right here, 20% reduced soul cost of the whale skill. If you do a little item show, this is just the roll, right? It doesn't have like a range. So you have a reduced soul cost of the veil skills, and then this one right here also has reduced soul cost. This gets multiplied by Pathfinder Ascendancy. I am a Pathfinder right now. I will later be testing this this build on Inquisitor and some other stuff. I might even test out Deadeye, but this is very quick and dirty just to show you that it works. And at the end of this video, I even show you how it works in monster level 83 in the abyssal cities, primeval cities, whale outposts, things like that. The build is extremely fun, like much more fun than I initially thought that it would be. Flask is getting a little bit expensive. I bought this one for 7 exalts. Over the course of the stream, it rose to 14 exalts. It probably comes back down to 7 or 8 within a few days. But who knows, right? So, really, the only thing you need for the build, like honestly, the only thing to get started with the build are these 2 weapons with those rolls, the reduced soul cost of whale skills, and then this flask. That's it. I would probably start on a Pathfinder just so you get a feel of it and then tweak it from there. So, okay, how does it work again? So all of these reduced soul costs are very important, yes, because you get a lot of stacks. And with the stacks, basically you'll see in the outpost video, in the delves, that I can, it's 40.46, right? But my cast time is 0.41 when I have my, when I have the juice, this silver flask up, and obviously headhunter buffs and speed and stuff like that will increase your cast time. So like something you get it to like 0.3 or whatever. So essentially you're casting, let's say you're casting 2, I can hold this down and cast 2 whale sparks per second. And you'll see in the addendum to the video at the end that you just can't run out. It's like 5-6 monsters that you kill and you get a stack. It's ridiculous. The only time you'll really run out is if for some reason you you somehow get a Soul Eater, and Soul Eater takes the souls from around you and it goes into your body to make you bigger, faster, stronger, and then that might cause you some issues. And then if you hit your soul catcher here, right, you can't gain any mana. So if you can't gain any did I not have my auras on for that? Wait, what? Oh, it's because I took these off. No, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, no. It's because I took off my weapons. Okay, never mind. Basically, that's how it works, right? And then that's one part of it, reducing the cost so that you have multiple stacks. You just spam, 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 spam. Please come to me for this trade. Absolutely not. Wait, what? So another big part is reducing the soul gain prevention time, okay? Oh my gosh, look at all this. Okay, so the soul gain prevention time, if you look right here, let me just do this. What am I doing? If you look at the skill right here, soul gain prevention time 3.6, okay? Now watch this. 0, okay? 0. If I take out this Conqueror's Potency, right here, it'll be 0.12, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 0.12. Which doesn't matter too much because the cast time is like, if you're fully juiced up, you might be like 0.3. But by default 0.46. So what does that mean? That means that this with mine at 0, here I'll show you again. See, soul gain prevention time 0. There's no lockout. Right when you hit your Vaal Spark, if it's killing enemies, you're gonna get the souls back, right? And once again, you only need 6 with this setup to get another charge, essentially, right? And well, actually, I guess it could. I didn't really do the math. It could be less than 6, actually, like slightly less than 6. It's just you have 5 charges total. Okay, I didn't actually calculate the cost. Do that for the next video for Mark II. So why is that important? Because as your Vaal Spark is spewing all over the map, right? You see that skill duration is like 1.2 seconds. It's spewing all over the map, okay? And in the time it's killing the monsters, you get more stacks. So you just, if you're managing your flash properly and if you're playing properly and going fast enough, you're just never going to be able to run out, right? For general mapping, I would say 5 stacks might actually be too much, as you saw in that last video. Also, you want to kill the boss faster a little bit by just holding it down, having a little bit of wiggle room when you play a little bit sloppy. So, yeah. Now, why did I put in a Conqueror's Potency if it's like I could have some other jewel here? I could have like a Green Nightmare here, which is a swap that I might do so I can get Frenzy Charges easily. And the reason for that is because a lot of the mobs are really close. So if I kill in an area around me, like you see where my mouse cursor is? If I kill enemies like right here, the projectiles are so fast. You see how fast those projectiles are? So usually what happens, especially if you're doing a map like this, usually what happens is your Vaal Spark, is going to hit the monsters almost instantaneously and kill them. And so that burst of damage to the monsters close to you as you're running through them, you don't want that even that 0.12 second soul gain prevention to lock you out of a potential extra charge that comes back right after you use your last charge, if that makes any sense. Okay, now play around with this, see what feels comfortable to you. I just felt comfortable having the instant charge back when I hit the skill. Okay, that's it. Other than that, besides the skill being super fun, the skill tree is just a crit skill tree. It's a crit spell-based, life-based skill tree. And Pathfinder, for obvious reasons, you gain a little bit of penetration. Not having to use any kind of heat flask opens up the possibilities a little bit. This is just movement speed. So, and then of course, gaining flask charges, chance not to use your flask and stuff very strong. What are the flasks I'm using? I'm using a diamond because I'm crit based, spell based. Soul catcher mandatory. Quicksilver because I'm running. See, this is just super cool. If I hit this and this, as you notice, I'm a lot faster. And then if I hit this, I'm even faster because well, I didn't hit that one. Sorry, it was this, and this. So like this, and this. right here, right, you go a little bit faster. So I just want to move as fast as possible, so that's why I'm using these. I need this Quicksilver Flask move speed, you know, self-explanatory. This is, you want 45,000 evasion to hit the cap on Queen of the Forest. If you watch this, see? Oh, sorry, my grace isn't on. My bad, hold on. Okay, well, I don't have it now anymore. Okay, see that? 46,000. So I'm capped out on move speed. The gear, other than the Soul Catcher and the 2 weapons, and these don't have to be dagers, by the way. You can get you can find these rolls on. I think people are crafting them on scepters. You know, scepters can have like an implicit of just like LA damage. I think which is really good. You can have, and then you can also get other rolls like. For me, I wanted to crit as much as possible because I wanted to see as many Heralds of Ice proccing. My crit multi is like 400, I think. Where is it? Crit multi. It's like 415. So I wanted to crit as much, so I got crit as the implicits here, and I have crit chance for spells on it. That's not that high. This one's not that high either. This one's actually crafted on. But you can get things like penetration. Like, see, this one penetrates 10%. You can get it on, once again, on scepters and things like that as well. So the only roll necessary is the soul cost reduction, okay? And you can if you want like added damage, but Vaal Spark has a 40% effective damage modifier, so it's, you know, reduced by 60%. Kind of sucks. You know, spell damage is fine. Crit multi is fine. You know, shore up your resists on these weapons if you need. There's a lot of stuff you can get on this, okay? As for the rings, Call the Brotherhood convert a little bit of the lightning into the cold, so that you have better Herald of Ice shatters. You know, freezing enemies is very powerful in this game, just helps out with that. And then this one is simply a opal ring with lightning damage and just the resist I need and a little bit of life, right? Because you get, this is basically a double damage roll. Lightning gets, if you don't know, like conversion, it affects the first thing first and it converts, so you're getting the most benefit out of the lightning damage roll. The chest is a Queen of the Forest. You have to use this for my build because it's the move speed. You get so much move speed that I found that this was how I wanted to play, so mandatory for me. Helm, I'm using a light poacher. I mean, abyssal jewels are okay, but definitely not necessary. This actually kind of hurts me. I'm gonna switch off. I bought this yesterday. This is just a base. It's simply like, don't look at the rolls. It's just a eye level 86 spark projectile speed helmet, which I'm gonna roll for life, the resist I need, -9 to lightning resist for nearby enemies, and then, you know, maybe an increased life roll or something like that. And the reason I didn't, the light poacher is okay, because I needed this enchant, and abyssals once again are strong, and it has a little bit of resist. You know, you get life in the abyssals, but the physical projectiles that come out of the light poacher, I like forgot that I didn't reroll Fizz Reflect, right, for my Toxic Sewers, because I was playing a character that was purely elemental based and could handle like a little bit of physical reflect, and so the light poacher actually killed me in physical reflect maps. So I put in a Fizz to lightning to kind of help counter that. But I don't want the Fizz projectiles at all. It doesn't help enough because it only casts when you hold down your... You don't have any like skills, like you're not whirling bladesing or shield charging around to proc the Spirit Burst. So like I'm just using it... I'm using my Vaal Spark to proc the Spirit Burst, which is like ineffective really, if you really think about it. So, right? So because the once again, the Spark projectiles are so much faster than the physical projectiles, but of course further away you might, you know, one-shot yourself with the physical projectiles. So I'm going to change out this helm, but you can try this out to start if you want. It's totally fine. Okay. Talked about the weapons, talked about the rings, talked about the chest, the helm. This right here, this is an interesting choice. The reason I bought this is because it has lightning damage, it has life, resist, and I'm not actually using the conductivity mana resist. I would, but I have gloves. I have Shadows and Dust because I want Rampage. I want this to be as fun and fast as possible, and so I have a curse on hit, Shadows and Dust, and so if I didn't have the implicit on these gloves, I would definitely use the Blasphemy. With conductivity, I'll definitely do that. Now, I bought this one because I saw that there was an additional curse. This was the only one on the market last night, and it was 10 exalts, and that's a steal for this kind of amulet. In Presence Aura, you can think of it as like a very mini temp chain / enfeeble. Helps a little bit, but it's not that big a deal. It's just an all-around like solid amulet, right? And so I decided to use that. You can use a Choir of the Storms if you want more crit. Yeah, Choir of the Storms is really nice. This thing right here, because it helps a tiny bit with single target, level 20 lightning bolt on crit, and you crit pretty much all the time. You have flat increased lightning damage, which helps. Mana doesn't help that much. I guess that maybe you might get a little bit closer to an extra cast of regular spark if you need to, but the critical strike chance is basically increased by 75%. That's what that last roll means. And so you get a little bit more crit. I'll probably try this one as well, okay? As for the gloves, once again, Rampage is very strong. You get bonuses for different tiers of Rampage stacks. You get speed, you get all this stuff. So it's just fun, right? And more so than an effective item. You can use other stuff if you want. Okay, Headhunter, no explanation needed here. You know, I run Beyond Maps. Beyond Maps have a lot of rare monsters. I want to capitalize on those rare monsters. And so this makes you faster, right? 2 haste auras gives you a lot of damage. It gives you crit multi. It can give you... yeah, it just gives you so much juice, okay? If you still hit Soul Eater, you get the cast off a little bit faster, which means, you know, stacking up, like if you're on a boss or something, you stack 5 and you get to actually cast those 5 faster. Yeah, it's just awesome. These boots, you can just do any kind of rare boots with the resist you need, and then I chose the leech because for me there wasn't really another like nice way to get leech, so I got the leech enchant on these boots. Life, resist I need, move speed 30%, preferably you want 35%, but I couldn't find any, so I settled with these. Evasion, because once again, Queen of the Forest helps a little bit evasion on the shadows and does too, which is not bad. So yeah, that's like the gearing. I went over Flask already, right? Yeah, Silver Flask Onslaught. You could get an Onslaught Abyssal Jewel if you're going to use this, actually. Onslaught Abyssal Jewel could work better for this, and you can get this into a damage flask. But I found you don't need more damage. It's kind of nuts. So Silver Flask, the Jade Flask once again is for the movement speed, and then this is the mandatory, the actual mechanics behind the build, and then Diamond Flask because you're crit based, okay. And other than that, gems. In here, I have Herald of Ash just because it's like a AoE helper. I was using Herald of Thunder, but then I realized like this looks cooler and it's an AoE helper. Enlighten into Grace. Grace is because I need the evasion to cat move speed. And as for the helm, I have a Lightning Golem. Right now I'm using Physical the Lightning because this affects the physical proj coming out of the Light Poacher. But I'm going to swap this out, so don't worry about this. So I will keep a Lightning Jolt because I want to cast out my my Vaal Sparks as fast as possible, and also regular Sparks. The Herald of Ice is linked to a Curse on hit, Assassin's Mark setup. You can actually drop this if you get a ring. If you can find a nice ring, doesn't have to be an opal, that has Assassin's Mark on hit. That's probably a more elegant solution. It saves you jewel sockets, okay? And then you can level gems. In the boots, I have I'm leveling jewels in these, so I took out my cast when damage taken. So I would have done cast when damage taken, Immortal Call, obviously, increased duration 2023, and then I like put like a frost bomb in here or something, like just something random. Didn't really matter. But now I'm just leveling. See, I'm leveling gems here, and then my offhand I'm leveling the same gem as well. So it's like this guy, I already hit level 100 on my other character, so this guy doesn't really care about like XP, dying, getting to 100. He's just here to have some fun, and I'm like, you know what, if I'm gonna have some fun, I'm gonna level some gems. And so now I'm leveling, what's 7 plus 6, 13 gems at a time, and it levels incredibly fast. It is an extremely fast gem leveler. Okay, so yeah, that's that. What else is there? Oh, okay. So another part. Sorry, I should have talked about this earlier. These jewels, hazardous research, 20% reduced spark duration. Okay, this helps as well. Like these jewels, you see that soul gain prevention? Okay, let me hit this. Come on, you see 1.14. This helps make it 0. So I'm using 2 of these because you can use 2 of these. It's not really for the extra 2 projectile, although the extra 2 projectile is fine. Firing in a Nova is fine. Tiny little bit of lightning damage, but it's just for the lowering of the soul gain prevention. Other jewels I'm using are just simply damages. Get whatever damages you can. Don't spend too much on them because when you stack the Vaal Spark, like I said, you get 4 or 5 uses depending on what class you want to play. and yeah, you won't really need the damages. Watcher's Eye, I'm using this for movement speed. That's about it. Yeah, just movement speed because I'm using Grace. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Once again, after the right now, or maybe when the video ends, I will show the Whale Outpost. So you can see how crazy it is in there. You just hold down the Vaal Spark. You cannot run out of charges. It's so safe. Your sparks stay on the ground for a while, and then so as you're looting, the sparks protect you, right? They're cycling all around, killing the monsters as you loot. So pretty darn safe too. It's nice, very fun in delves. Another thing I'll just quickly to just tell you guys what else I test. I already told you that I tested out Herald of Thunder instead of Herald of Ash. I like Herald of Ash better. Looks cooler. A little bit of AoE coverage. I also tested instead of a one Dagger, I put in Ash's Mirror. And Ash's Mirror allows you to have 2 stacks of Whale Spark. So you gotta be a little bit more careful on your flask usage, a little bit pay more attention. But the Ash's Mirror is life, resist, and of course a massive amount of flat damage. Massive, huge damages. But after testing it, although it's good, I like having the 5 stacks more. Even though it's so much more laggy and everything, I liked having double weapons better. It just felt better to me for now. Okay, this is Mark 1. We'll test different stuff later on. For example, like I said earlier, I'm gonna test it on Inquisitor. Testing on Deadeye. I'm going to test out a lot of stuff. And I think this is a great build. Like, I've been playing it maybe, how long did I stream today? 9 hours? Try this build. If it won't kill bosses, right? You're not going to kill bosses. You'll destroy map bosses. But you're not going to be killing Shaper, Elder, or any of the delve bosses with any amount of ease with this build, even though you are a six link spark. And if you are a 6-link spark, then you need to drop an aura. You need to drop a herald so that you actually have mana to cast, right? Because right now the mana is like this. You see? Yeah, I don't have that. I have 3 casts. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 casts, and then 1 comes up because of the mana regen. So that's 4 casts. Yeah, that's just once again, this is a very quick and dirty video just to show you that it works. It's nice. That was a T16. It feels no different than a T10. The sparks go everywhere. It's nice. I tried it on canyons too. Man, it's on open maps. It feels good as well. Of course, it feels usually better than the indoor maps. Of course. I hope you guys try the build. I really, really hope so. I'm not just saying that because I stocked up on like 20 Soul Rippers or anything. I really hope that if you have any interest in Vaal Spark, you're getting bored of the league, you want something cool to try, buy the 2 weapons, buy the flask, that's it. The other stuff is completely up to you. Try the build. It's nice. I like it a lot. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye.